Good morning. Grab some light weights and turn on some lights. There we go. All right, let's get started. Good morning, friends. Hi, my name is Kelly, and this is Maxwell. Maxwell, good morning. Thank you for saying good morning. Hi. All right, so let's get started by, let me tell you what we're going to do. All right. I'll start this all over again. Get some light weights. I have some 5-pound weights, nothing heavier than 5-pound weights. We'll do one set or a couple of sets of light arm work, or muscle strengthening work for the arms, the upper body. And we'll also, through class, talk about the best way to turn the body when doing twists. It's not just movement, it's important to know where the rotation is coming from and the energy, and then also the leverage, applying leverage to twists so that you have a healthy practice, because we often twist in yoga, correct? So come to your mat and sit down and sit with your legs crossed. You can sit up on top or sit on something that's a little bit elevated for your glutes to allow the lumbar spine to relax. But I want you to lift the waistline and hug in the rib cage, kind of like a corset, and then reach the arms up and stretch. So the first point is to lift the lumbar spine and then hug in the sides and then turn, rotate that way. Inhale and reach up. Lift the waistline or lift the lower back, hug in the waistline, and then turn the opposite direction. And then wherever your hand lands, just press your fingers down into the ground. Inhale and reach your arms up, lift the lumbar spine, hug in the ribs, and then twist. Hand to the outside of your leg, and there's just a slight amount of leverage, and then your fingertips are behind you. Just gently walk your fingertips back even further and look over your shoulder. Inhale and reach. One more time, this direction. Exhale. Fingertips behind, and walk the fingertips further behind the hip. And then inhale and reach. Now come onto your hands and your knees. Spread your fingers and lower your belly down towards the floor. Let's lift the spine and then lower the spine, warming up the vertebrae by rounding and then extending. So flexing the spine right here and then extending. Press your fingers down into the ground. Press your feet into the ground right there. And then lower. One more time. Reach your right arm forward, hold your back straight right there, and then extend the left leg back straight. Bird dog for a moment. Hold, take a breath in, press your foot down into the floor, the fingers into the floor. Set your hand and knee down and change sides. Reach the arm and reach the leg, warming up the core muscles, heating up the body. Exhale, place your hand and knee down. Reach your arm and reach your leg. Move the arm up towards your ear right there so your arm is not in your peripheral vision. Then tap the elbow to your knee. Right there, tap and then reach. So slow and controlled. Press your foot down into the floor. Tap the knee and the elbow. Reach the arm up by your ear. Bring it in and touch. Last time, and then we'll change sides. Lift the arm, reach the leg, and set your hand and knee down. Change sides. Reach the arm. Opposite leg, press your fingers down, lift that arm up so it's beside your ear, abs in, tap the elbow to your knee, and reach. Warming up the core. Before we go into more difficult yoga twist poses, warming up the spine, lift the arm, extend the leg, and set your hand and knee down. Set your knees on the mat, separate your knees on the mat. Bring your big toes together, look through your legs and see that's happening. Now push into the floor and send your hips back, glutes to the floor. Reach the arms, tap the forehead to the mat, and then lift up again. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels, right and left. And let's measure the distance between your hands and your feet right here. So in plank position, your knees up right here. Push the floor away, spread your fingers. Your wrists should be underneath your shoulders right there. And rotate your inner arms forward right there. That's important. So you're hugging the elbows in and extending through your legs. Don't lift the hips up too high, but you want to have your abs engaged. Now lift up your hips, downward facing dog. Don't move your hands or your feet right here. That's the length of your downward facing dog. Push the floor away. Shift forward plank right there. Let's add lowering down. Push up again, downward facing dog. So shift forward plank right here. Lower down, chaturanga, so that just means elbows bent 90 degrees. Push through, downward facing dog. Building some heat, warming up the core. Shift forward plank, lower down, chaturanga. Lift up, downward facing dog. One more time, shift forward plank, chaturanga. Now go all the way to the mat. Put the top of your feet on the floor. Press into your hands, lightly lift the chest. Press your feet into the floor behind you. You'll notice that your feet will try to lift up off the mat, but intentionally press the feet down and then lift up again. Before you move into downward facing dog, lower your chest, then tuck your toes, push into the floor, downward facing dog. Pedal the heels right and then left. Lift your right leg up. Stretch that leg out. Look forward and bring your right foot in between your thumbs or right foot beside your right thumb. Set the foot down gently. Set your knee down gently. Inhale, low lunge position. So low lunge means just having the knee on the floor. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So here's another important cue with doing a rotation. We're going to rotate to your right side. So your right leg is forward, and you want to shift forward like that, right? So you're stretching your flexors. So think of your rib cage as like the steering wheel, so the way you're going to turn. So you're going to lift the lumbar spine, bring your hands to your heart, turn your ribs or your chest, and then tap your elbow to the outside of your leg right here or on the top, right there. Press your hands into each other. So my hands pressing into each other is my leverage. So because my elbow, and then also my elbow and my leg on the outside of my leg. So pressing just gently to rotate further. And then you want to turn your head and look over your shoulder or look behind you. So get a rotation in the neck and the thoracic spine. So the top and then the middle of the back. Inhale and reach your arms up. Place your hands on the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Shift forward, plank. Hold, press your fingers down. Lower down, chaturanga. All the way to the mat. Tops of the feet down, Cobra Pose. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up, press your feet down. Lower first, then tuck your toes. Push to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Push the floor away. Keep your hips high as you shift and bring that leg in and step your left foot forward. Set your right knee down. Inhale, low lunge position. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, shoulders back. So remember, you want to lift the lumbar spine, hug the sides in, then rotate, turn the rib cage and the shoulders or the chest, and then tap your elbow right here. So you're slightly leaning forward at an angle. You can put your foot down back here, right there. And I'm pushing my hands into each other and the elbow on the outside of the leg for leverage. Move this foot over more if you need to, and then look over your shoulder right there. Excellent. Inhale, untwist, reach up. Place your hands on the floor. Push the floor away, downward facing dog. Going through our vinyasa, which is plank, chaturanga, Cobra Pose, put the feet on the floor, lift the heart, press the hands into the mat, extend through the arms, press the toes down, lower down first, then downward facing dog. One more time, low lunge, right leg up, shift forward and bring that leg in, the foot towards your right thumb, set your left knee down, inhale, reach your arms up, shift the hips forward, exhale, hands to your heart, steering wheel, the rib cage turns, shoulders, chest turn, elbow to outside of the leg, adding leverage to the twist, and then look over your shoulder. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, place your hands on the floor. Downward facing dog. Plank. Lower down to the mat. Cobra Pose. Put the toes on the floor, the top of the feet on the floor. Press the hands down and then lift the heart, lower down, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Set your right knee down as you exhale. Inhale, reach the arms. Then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Right there. Inhale, shift forward, turn, rotate the chest, elbow to the outside of the leg. There's your leverage. Hands together, more leverage. Look over the shoulder, turning the chin. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, push into the floor, downward facing dog. Look forward and bend your knees. Step to your hands. Several steps are one big step. Press your hands into your shins, lengthen, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale and reach up and stand tall. Nicely done. Sun salutation, shoulders back. Sun salutation A. Inhale, reach up, look up at your hands. Exhale, fold over, swim the hands down the center line of the body with a flat back. Look through the legs, lengthen and look forward. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower down. This time, chaturanga. Put your feet on the floor flat, the top of the feet, up dog, upward facing dog. Push the floor away. Press the feet down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Pedal your heels. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach up. So your arms come out to the sides, feeling the expansion of the chest and the arms. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. One more time, sun salutation A. This time, really focus on your breathing in on the moves and the exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reaching up. Exhale, fold over, swim the hands down the center line of the body. Drop your head all the way over so that you look through your legs. Lengthen and look forward. When you do that, plant your hands, step back plank. As you lower, exhale, up dog or cobra. Inhale, lift your heart through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall. Reach all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, shoulders back. Pick up your light dumbbells for me. So grab your weights and shoulders back. We'll do a little bit of lightweight work just to get your muscles pumped on this active recovery day. So I want you to sink your hips back into a squat position and then curl the biceps right there. So separate your knees, hip width, separate your feet, hip width. Curl the biceps, and then stand tall. So when you stand up, make sure your hip flexors stretch out completely. So curl, and then stand. Press your feet down. Curl, biceps, and then think when you lift up, reach the arms back. There's your triceps. Curl, extension, curl, extension. So your breath. Inhale as you stand. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Lift up your right knee. Curl the biceps up to your shoulders. Standing balancing, press the weight straight up. As you balance, bring it down. Here's your challenge. Do that 6 more times, 8 total. 6, just try. 5. Press up. 4. 3. Exhale. 2. One more. Set your right foot down. And then uncurl the biceps. Round number 2. Curl. And then extend. Squat and stand up. When you stand up, that's extension. When you squat, that's flexion. Extension and then flexion. Curl, extend. Curl, extend. Press your toes down, fan the toes apart. One more. And then hold at the top. Lift up your left foot, your left knee. Weight to your shoulders. Flex your foot. Hold steady right here. Reach the weight up. 8, 7, 6. Straight up. 5, 4, 3. Steady. 2. Do one more. And set your foot down. Nicely done. Shoulders back. This time, squat, but do a reach forward frontal raise. Right there. Elevating the heart rate, squat with the reach. Do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Nicely done. Shoulders back. Place the weights together like this. Reach the weight up. One more time, balance. Right leg up. Bring the weight behind the head. And then lift up. So try to have your arms beside your ears. So you shouldn't see your arms in your peripheral vision. Hold your balance. 4 more times. 4. Good job. 3. Great job. 2, if you fall out, come right back in. And then 1 and hold up. Set your foot down. Reach the weight down to your sides. 1 more time. Squat with a frontal raise. Squat. 8, 7. Press your feet down. 6, 5. Lightweight, guys. 4, 3. Abs in. 2. Do 1 more. And then hold at the top. Balancing. Weight up here. Up. Press the weight into each other. Weight comes behind the head. 8 tricep extensions. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, do one more. Hold, bring the weight down, set your foot down. Weight on the floor. Shoulders back. Let's move into a sequence of several poses we'll add a twist to, and listen to my cues about turning the rib cage, the steering wheel, whenever you're twisting, then lifting the lumbar spine, hugging in the sides, and then adding leverage to the turns, and then where you're focusing, where you're looking. That's important too. Twisting or turning at the cervical spine. Most of the twist, whenever you're twisting, happens at the back, the middle of the back. And then the lumbar spine doesn't twist at all. It doesn't have rotation in it. So you want to have that stable by adding the appropriate leverage and technique. So listen to my cues. Inhale, chair pose. So often in chair pose, so you're concentrating on your glutes, right? And where your tummy should be. Pull on your tummy. Bring your hands to your heart. Now just lower down more. And you want to have your elbow touch the outside of your leg on that side, and then rotate it, the chest, the ribs, and add that leverage right there by gazing out, and then maybe looking up. Now look forward. Inhale, reach the arms and stand up. Let's do the other side. So twisting chair pose. Inhale, reach your arms. Bring your hands to your heart first. Lower down more. I know, concentrating on those glutes. Pull on your abs. Now turn your chest, your shoulders, and then tap the outside of your leg. Hands together, there's your leverage. Elbow to your leg, adding leverage. Turn your gaze, turning the chin, then look forward. Inhale and reach up. Nicely done. Let's do that again. Inhale, chair. Hands to your heart. Turn the ribs, the chest, elbow to outside of the leg. Add more leverage by tapping the floor with the fingertips and reach the opposite arm up. Pull in your abs. Inhale, hands to your heart. Go to the other side. You can do it. Elbow to the outside of your leg, hands together. Look towards the ceiling. And then inhale, reach forward. Exhale, fold. Releasing. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Step back to plank. Here's your Vinyasa Chaturanga to the mat. Press the index fingers down, thumbs down. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Keep your knee off the mat this time. You're in a high lunge position. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Shoulders back. Now you want to tip your chest forward, hinging forward like that. And then turn the chest, elbow to the outside of your leg. There's your leverage. Press your hands together. Additional leverage. Turn the chin. Nicely done. Now look forward. Inhale, reach up. Set your left heel down. Warrior two. So you want to press your knee out, inner thigh extended right there. This back leg, press that foot down. Reverse warrior. Side angle. So right here, Tuesday we worked on moving into bind poses, right? So we'll do that again. Reach back, reverse, and then side angle. Tap the floor with your fingertips, reach the arm over your ear, and maybe you can reach underneath and bind. Shoulders back. Practice. Knee over ankle in the front, and then warrior two. Let's add warrior one. So keep the heel down in the back. Reach your arms up. Knee in the front over your ankle. Right there. Warrior one. Warrior one with my right leg forward. I'm going to pull my left side forward and my right side back. Look forward. Abs in. Exhale. Lift up the left heel. Warrior three. So reach the arms to your sides. Right here. And then lift up the left leg. Breathe. Bring your hands to the mat. Right there, if you need to. Center yourself better, hop that right foot back more. Okay, so now your hands are on the floor. They're beside or underneath your shoulders, right? And then press your left hand into the floor. You can use your dumbbell if you'd like to have a little more height, or a block. Flex this left foot right there. Put your hand firmly down. And then remember, your rib cage is the steering wheel, so turn the ribs to the right and reach the right arm up. Straighten the left leg. I'm working super, super hard right here. Turn, and then if you can, turn your chin towards the ceiling. Nicely done. Now set your left foot down, right hand on the floor, plank. Last vinyasa, guys. Lower, up dog, or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a moment. Lift your left leg up. Look forward, step your left foot forward. High lunge position. So that just means keep your heel up in the back, knee off the floor, pull in your front ribs. So you're pulling in the sides. Inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Lengthen the body forward over the thigh. Lift the lumbar. Turn at the chest, turn the steering wheel, elbow the outside, adding leverage. The heel in the back, if it's over the ball of the foot, you'll have more structure to the pose, more integrity. Reach the arms open. Bring the hands together. Look forward, untwist, inhale, reach your arms up. Now you're gonna just sit that right heel down on the floor. Warrior two. Now warrior two is super easy, right? After all that, reverse warrior. Always good to have perspective, right? So hand behind the thigh, and then side angle. The next time, we'll take a bind. So knee over the ankle in the front. Keep your hips where they are. Lengthen, reach back, reverse. And then as you exhale, form on your thigh or reach down lower. Your shoulder comes all the way down to your knee. Reach underneath and grab your hands or clasp the hands. Draw the shoulder back. Knee over the ankle in the front. Press your feet down. Ground. Unbind. Warrior two. And now come into warrior one. You'll reposition your feet. Reach the arms up. Stretch. Draw the right side forward. Left side back. Beautiful. And then shift your weight forward. Sweep the hands to your sides. Warrior three is balancing on that standing leg, left leg here. Flex your foot. Go ahead and slowly bring your hands down to the floor. Very carefully, maybe hop a footprint or two to get centered. So your wrists are underneath your shoulder. Flex your foot. Here's the last rotation, guys. Standing anyway. Hand on the floor, solid. And then you're going to rotate, turning the steering wheel at the rib cage, or turning the steering wheel, which is the rib cage, in twists. And then reach the arm up. Flex your foot. Beautiful. Breathe. And then turn your chin. Nicely done. Look down at the ground. Hand to the floor. Now tap your right knee to your left calf. And go ahead and set your shin on the floor. And sit down. So if this is too much for your knees, extend that right leg. If that's too much for your hips, you can always place your foot right here on the inside of your knee. So 3 levels of this Mysandrasana pose, or seated twist. So we're going to rotate towards the left. So foot here and grab the leg, add leverage, or foot on the outside of your knee over here, a little more of a hip stretch, or right here, heel to your glute. You want to press this foot down before you rotate. Rule number 1, or important point number 1, let's not call it a rule, but just think about your body as you're moving in anything you're doing, whether it's yoga or strength training. So you lift the spine, There's your lifting of the lumbar spine, and then pull in your ribs, and then start to rotate. Grab the leg, that's your leverage. Keep that position, and I'm pressing down that lower leg and looking behind. So I'm turning my chin, and then walk your fingers back further. So don't necessarily stop just where your hand lands, right? Decide if you can go further, but modestly. You just want to add a slight twist right there. Now look forward, untwist, and then bring your feet forward. Tip the knees side to side. We'll do the other side, and that's it. We'll be done. Your twisting practice. Let's go over those main cues again. Breathe. All right, so now extend the left leg out straight, right leg. So 3 levels. So right here, and you'll grab your leg and then turn, or foot on the outside of the leg, and then turn, or heel to glute on that side. And you want to press this foot down, lift your heart. Both of my glutes are on the floor, by the way. Then I'm going to lift my lumbar spine, right? And then tug in my ribs like I'm putting on a corset. And then as I rotate, I'm going to grab my leg for leverage and then place my fingers down. And then maybe I can walk my fingers over further, just a little bit further, right? Take a breath in. When you're in a twisting position, the breathing is constricted, so that's when you really effectively hone in on your breathing, or concentrating on your breathing smoothly, inhaling and then exhaling long, deep breaths. Massaging the organs in the twisting position, stimulating the spine, and then look forward. Extend the legs straight on your mat, and you can slap them out right here, and then put your feet on the floor and tip the knees side to side, and cross your legs, cross them the non-default way. So as we begin class, reach your arms up, and then exhale and turn your body. So lift from the lumbar spine as you press the legs down, the glutes down, and then add that leverage. Walk your fingertips behind. Maybe you can walk further, and then turn your chin towards your shoulder. Untwist. Inhale, reach up. Notice how this is feeling differently this time. So lift the lumbar spine, plug in the rib cage, turn through the chest, and then the fingertips behind, and maybe you can walk over further. And add that leverage on the outside of your leg. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and reach up. Let's close class together. Hands to your heart. And thanks, edge of the thumbs to the brow, and gratitude. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for showing up for me or for your practice. I'll see you again next time.